We are so close to a new normal, and we're going to report on that good news. We do not anticipate any more evacuations at this time. I want to assure you, and you'll hear from Chief Bierman, that what you're seeing in our ridges, that smoke, the fire crew activities, the air operation activities, it's all normal. It's anticipated. When you see people up in the air, when you see crews on the ground, they're here for you, Napa. They're taking care of you. As we see our way out of this, we're going to ask for your patience. We're going to ask for you to help us communicate with your neighbors, with each other. We're going to continue to monitor the weather. You're going to continue to see CAL FIRE presence, fire crew presence for a while. They're not going to depart today. They're not going to depart tomorrow. We've got a long road ahead of us, but the day that we had hoped would come, 1 week later, we are here with our Atlas fire activity minimal, with our Tubbs fire activity on the north side under vigilant watch by CAL FIRE, and with CAL FIRE hitting that Nuns fire very, very hard. We are grateful to everyone in Napa County for your patience, for adhering and heeding our warnings. We are grateful to all our first responders, our fire crews, our law enforcement, the California National Guard, and the help is starting to roll in. At this time, I would invite Chief Bierman to talk about the updates on the fires.
Good morning, Barry Bierman, Deputy Incident Commander with CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 3, as well as the Napa County Fire Chief. As stated earlier by Chair Ramos, the call went out for help and people poured in from all over. Our incident personnel and support, it continues to grow, allowing us to make significant progress on our fires. And I want to thank everyone that assisted. If you're watching from your county, your city, your state, and you gave help, thank you, because it came at the right time, and it's allowing us to make a great difference. And there's so many folks in law enforcement, fire, EMS that poured in, the National Guard, all the resources that we had access to give us the technology to help put this fire out. Thank you to everyone. It's much appreciated. Our fire minimal smoke productivity yesterday, and that's resulting in continuing our containment to 50%. To no is occurring now. We have basically all the way around the fire and continuing fire. More dig this out into depth to secure that fire stays in the box that it's currently in, and we are very confident that it will remain there. I do want to remind everyone as we continue to assess and evaluate the repopulation plans that go on, and that's occurring for all parts of our fires. As people get in there and we let people back in, you need to know that there will continue to be smoke and fire coming from deep inside this fire. We secure the perimeter. We don't have enough personnel, and in a lot of incidents, it's not safe enough to even go inside to put out the stuff. So as you get back to your homes and you start recovering and you see smoke that's around there, if you have something that's close to your home that's a threat to your home, call 911. But be advised, the stuff that's up on the hillside that's in the middle of the burn, that's no threat to going outside, is going to continue to burn until these rains come when you have this significant of a fire. So if you have any doubt, don't hesitate to call 911 when you're there. Clean up around your property where you can, and we will be there to help you if you need it. But it will be common to see smoke on all of our fires, probably until the season-ending rains come. So with that, we'll go to the Nuns fire. So the Nuns fire is a top priority for us today because Atlas is looking so good and the progress we've made. We're putting all of our resources that are excess from the Atlas fire over to the Nuns fire, where we're working this area of Dry Creek, Mount Veeder Road, up into Rutherford as the fire continues to come down off the Highway 29 corridor. So this is all on the west side of Highway 29. Really good progress is going along here. Fire's holding really well along the Dry Creek Road area, backing into the road. Have a little area we need to continue to work on, and that's not coming down quite as fast, and now we're getting enough resources. We may go in there and start to cut that area out and go direct on that fire and meet it where it is. And then we're continuing to put a lot of dozer lines in all along the bottom. So we have primary holding lines, like in this area on Dry Creek Road. We have a secondary line, which is going to be farther out in case something gets across there and we're not able to pick it up. And then we even have additional lines to include the areas around our veterans home up in Yountville. Those areas are looking really good, really secure, and we're getting a lot of help. I was out there yesterday. We were dumping so much water on that mountain to keep things in check, to keep things under control as it got to our control lines. Same thing's going on up towards Rutherford, up towards St. Helena. Containment lines continue to go in. We're getting out and putting dozer lines in. We're putting hand crew line in directly and pumping it with engines. And you're going to start to see some really good progress in the next couple days going on the west side of the valley as well. And at this point, I do not see a threat to any of the communities off this Highway 29 corridor. And then our last one is the Tubbs Fire, which again is being managed by CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 1 out of the Sonoma side. But it is up on Mount St. Helena, and there are still areas up there that do continue to burn. However, with regards to the Calistoga area, which is currently evacuated, we're making great progress there. We have really good line going in there, continuing to mop up, watching it very closely, and do not anticipate, with our current conditions, that it will make it into the town of Calistoga. In Calistoga, like many other areas, we are continuing to evaluate what the future holds for repopulation when it's safe to do so. So all areas in Napa County that have been impacted by the fire, it is our priority as soon as to get people out is to safely try to get them back in. So that process will continue to be evaluated, and we'll try to get that done as soon as possible. But we're making really good progress up there and don't expect that to be much of a problem. We went out of red flag warning for the low humidities and high winds this morning at 8 o'clock. It expired. That's great news. We've been in red flag warnings in this valley for 4 out of 6 days. So we're relieved on the line to hear that weather has taken a turn for the better. We still have extremely dry conditions out there, very low humidities. There still is the chance that we could have some small fires come out of the fire that we will continue to aggressively attack and keep it contained. So we're not out of the woods yet, but we are making a tremendous progress out there. So I just want to thank everyone for their help and for coming in. If you came to this fire or you have someone, a loved one, a friend, a family, thank you to everyone that allowed them to come and assist us. Last thing I want to say, again, as part of the fire, if you fly a drone and we're trying to fly our aircraft, we can't fly together, and we'll put our aircraft down, and that could hamper the fire. So please, keep those drones on the ground. We don't want to see them. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Chris Childs, and I'm the commander of the Napa CHP area. As I've attended these morning briefings, I will tell you I'm very encouraged by what I heard this morning among the cooperation and the reports from Barry Bierman and his outstanding CAL FIRE crews. Today, indeed, is a better day. That being said, road closures that were in effect yesterday are in effect today. So please do not approach our closure lines, our closures hoping to get through. We have many people up there still working. Caltrans is working diligently to remove trees, down power poles, rock slides, boulders that have come down from the mountains. It is quite a process to get our roadways clear and safe again for people to travel on. And as a result, there will be no escorts today going up into those affected areas because we have to keep those roadways completely wide open for the crews that are working up there. We've discussed repopulation briefly. When CAL FIRE and other agency heads deem that that repopulation is going to happen and the roadways do open, I just want to advise the public that those roadway closures will be lifted for residents only for a period of time to allow people to get in and see their property and get reestablished before we let the general public back in. Finally, I say this often, but I really mean it. We as an agency, as a Highway Patrol family, your California Highway Patrol, continues to be grateful for the support and the outpouring of love and appreciation to our officers on the line. They're doing an outstanding job working around the clock like everyone else in this fire, and we appreciate the efforts of Napa County and for the residents and for what you display to us. Thank you.
It's October in Napa Valley, and that means that it's harvest time. And we understand that there's the need to access agricultural areas. For those growers and vintners who have questions about gaining agricultural access, please call 707-253-4501. That's 707-253-4501. And our staff will be able to direct you in the right way, and we thank our agricultural commissioner for heading up that coordination. Napa, you are so generous, you are so kind, and I was overwhelmed, I was overtaken by seeing rooms of pillows and sections of libraries full with bottled water and the food that is coming in to all of us here at the EOC, at Incident Command, to our road closure posts. And I ask you to please pace yourselves. We need you. We need you for the long haul. This is not going to be easy for us. I want you to coordinate your generosity. That's what I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to hold off. I'm asking you, let's make sure we keep all our boots on the ground, our crews working for you. Let's make sure we keep them safe through proper health practices. And if you are interested, you're the public or a restaurant, I'm going to give you a phone number that you can call for coordination of food. And so we need all food to come in through this channel to ensure health regulations are followed and to ensure that we are providing healthy meals and that we're not inundating our crews with food and that we can minimize waste. That number is 707-226-8150. And that is the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army, we thank them for coordinating our food efforts at our shelters, at Incident Command, and here EOC. We're, again, pace yourselves. We need that generosity, absolutely. But let's remember that we've got a long road ahead of us, and it all doesn't have to be right now. Next week, we're still going to need food. In-kind donations are no longer being accepted at shelters. At this time, as you heard Chief Bierman and Commander Childs say, we're looking towards repopulation. We're going to be shifting those resources into those communities that do need those resources. So I'm asking at this time, no more in-kind donations. I am overtaken by the generosity, and it's heartwarming. I'm so happy to live in this community where you answer the call that wasn't even made to you. I really, really appreciate that. At this time, again, no in-kind donations. So you want to help, I get that. $25 gift cards of major companies like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, those continue to be accepted at our shelter sites. Make sure you hand them over to the shelter manager. Someone from the Center for Volunteer and Nonprofit Leadership will ensure that that gets to our evacuees. So gift cards of $25 increments will continue to be accepted. Monetary donations. We want to make sure that we are providing locally for our residents, and we ask that monetary donations come through the Napa Valley Community Foundation. We thank the Napa Valley Community Foundation for answering the call from the county, from interested parties that want an avenue to be able to donate locally. Those individual assistance will be handed out and handled by the Napa Valley Community Foundation, and that is www.napavalleycf.org. We continue to share through our media. We continue to share information through social media, Facebook and Twitter. We continue to use Nixle. Nixle will be used for repopulation as well, so don't let up on checking that Nixle if you haven't signed up. Text your zip code to 888-777. We continue to have information centers established at our Napa Main Library, located at 580 Coombs Street in Napa. Our branches in American Canyon and Yountville are also serving as information centers. We will continue to have radio spots through the people that are standing here with me on KVYN, that's 99.3, throughout the day. Our public information line remains 253-4501. At this time, I would like to invite up Congressman Thompson to speak about individual FEMA assistance.
Thank you. As we've reported before, FEMA has approved individual assistance for folks who have sustained damages in this disaster. I would urge people to go online to www.disasterrelief.gov. That's the best way to get signed up, and there'll be presence at the local assistance center in the out days, but right now, please go online and register. Thank you.
Today, Sunday, we will have people appearing on 1440 AM KVON, and the FM station is 99.3. So those are our two local stations that we will be providing updates through. We will have two community meetings today. The first one will be in Spanish at 1 p.m. at St. John Catholic Church at 960 Camus Street. We will be streaming this via Facebook Live. It will be available through social media platforms, and we ask if you don't need to come on down, let's avoid those roadways. Tune in Facebook Live. It will be on the county's website, and it will be entirely in Spanish. We also have a meeting scheduled at 3:30 p.m. at the Napa Valley Unified School District Auditorium. That is located at 2425 Jefferson Street in Napa. Spanish and American Sign Language translation will be available at this location. Also, that will be streamed via Facebook. Napa Valley TV, Channel 28, will be streaming both meetings as well, so there is no need to come on down. This is our last planned press conference, and the reason for that is that we are now switching over towards recovery mode. It's a day I have looked forward to for a week. A week ago, this started as a nightmare, and the day we've dreamed of has arrived. And together with your mayors, Chris Canning of Calistoga, Alan Galbraith of St. Helena, John Dunbar of Yountville, Jill Teckel of Napa, Leon Garcia of American Canyon, with your supervisors, Diane Dillon, District 3, Ryan Gregory, District 2, Brad Wagenknecht, District 1, Alfredo Pedroza, District 4, and myself, Belia Ramos of District 5. We're here for you. It's a long road for recovery, and I look forward to the day that this can be a distant memory in which we recall that we were resilient and that we got through this together. Be well, Napa, and be safe. Our Atlas fire activity minimal, with our Tubbs fire activity on the north side under vigilant watch by CAL FIRE, and with CAL FIRE hitting that Nuns fire very, very hard. We are grateful to everyone in Napa County for your patience, for adhering and heeding our warnings. We are grateful to all our first responders, our fire crews, our law enforcement, the California National Guard, and the help is starting to roll in. At this time, I would invite
your state, and you gave help. Thank you, because it came at the right time, and it's allowing us to make a great difference. And there's so many folks in law enforcement, fire, EMS that poured in, the National Guard, all the resources that we had access to give us the technology to help put this fire out. Thank you to everyone. It's much appreciated. Our fire minimal smoke product yesterday, and that's resulting in continuing our containment to 50.
Chief Bierman to talk about the updates on the fires.
Good morning, Barry Bierman, Deputy Incident Commander with CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 3, as well as the Napa County Fire Chief. As stated earlier by Chair Ramos, the call went out for help and people poured in from all over. Our incident personnel and support, it continues to grow, allowing us to make significant progress on our fires. And I want to thank everyone that assisted. If you're watching from your county, your city.
We are so close to a new normal, and we're going to report on that good news. We do not anticipate any more evacuations at this time. I want to assure you, and you'll hear from Chief Bierman, that what you're seeing in our ridges, that smoke, the fire crew activities, the air operation activities, it's all normal. It's anticipated. When you see people up in the air, when you see crews on the ground, they're here for you, Napa. They're taking care of you. As we see our way out of this, we're going to ask for your patience. We're going to ask for you to help us communicate with your neighbors, with each other. We're going to continue to monitor the weather. You're going to continue to see CAL FIRE presence, fire crew presence for a while. They're not going to depart today. They're not going to depart tomorrow. We've got a long road ahead of us, but the day that we had hoped would come, 1 week later, we are here with